What's up, Weirdo? Shadetree Surgeon here, once again, dicking around with the Sporty over here with the Dirtster. And today we're putting on a little bit of protection. So we've already got the skid plate on it from TC Bros, and I'm actually gonna have to modify the skid plate a little bit. I'm gonna have to actually cut the part that says T. Sorry guys. Sorry, I actually know Tim Cobb. He's a really cool dude, really loves bikes, great guy. So I feel really bad that I'm about to like literally have to cut off it's like the only part of it that doesn't really do anything, so they kind of cut out TC in it. But in order to make my crash bar fit from Who's Cammy, he makes crash bars for Sportsters, Dynos, FXRs, all sorts of stuff. Well, he makes a high crash bar for this Sportster, which is what I wanted. So this is kind of like a Bung King crash bars, except made by just a dude in his garage. These ones are kind of special, and I think gonna work a lot better for this application because it mounts up high. I'm not gonna have to be worried about it being down low and catching stuff, and it's about as wide as the handlebars are, so I'm not worried about it catching any trees or anything that my handlebars aren't going to hit first. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this mounted. Okay, well, believe it or not, in between when I filmed the intro to this video, which was like 30 seconds long, and right now, like 4 or 5 days have passed. As I was about to start cutting on my Sportster, well, whole Cammy Bay showed up to the shop, and let me tell you, as I always say, there's a lot of distractions around here, and I am very easily distracted. We filmed a video for her website. It was a lot more fun than working on the Sportster. Not that working on the Sportster isn't fun, that was just a lot more fun. Let's get back to the Sportster almost a week later. Initially was just gonna try and buzz off that top piece while it sat on there, but now that I've had a distraction and a few days to think about it, I really should just pull the damn thing off. Well, actually, I can get away with just like dropping it down there and it'll be just fine. Well, I'll tell you guys, this thing hooks up to the motor mounts, and I've never removed the motor mounts on a rigid mount Sportster, or a rubber mount Sportster for that matter, so I'm hoping that I can remove these motor mounts. I'm hoping I can remove them all to put it up there and the motor won't shift. I don't know, but because if it shifts and I like jack it back into place, I wouldn't assume it was. It's held in place in a bunch of other places, but we'll see, I guess. Gotta imagine, or you know, I at least hope so, that these engine mounts are on there pretty good, but let's see what I'm gonna have to do to break this thing loose. Oh, never mind, that's not gonna be hard. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, boys. That was not hard at all. I thought I was gonna have to fight that thing. This is a little harder to get to. California quiet air compressor. Dang, man, all right. So far, it's proven pretty easy, he says with such confidence. These don't even look like they had any Loctite on them, but I guess that's right. I mean, if they don't have any Loctite on them from the factory, I don't know, man. All right, let's see how much of a pain in the dick this is gonna be. I see, says the blind man. I see. I mean, there's no Loctite on these. It does not seem right to put in a freaking engine mount without Loctite. So I'm gonna put some blue Loctite on them. What's the worst that could happen? Meanwhile, someone in the comment section is like, oh God, you put blue Loctite on an engine mount? The whole bike's gonna explode. What can I say? I got love for my boys over at TC Bros, so I took a couple extra steps and just shaved off the side so we could keep their logo. Okay, next up, while I got this thing up in the air, I've got these peg lowering kits from a place called Night Design. Doesn't seem ideal to be giving like another layer of complexity to the pegs down here, but I'm just gonna try them out and see how they work, because these pegs do need to be lower. I said, it definitely does sketch me out a little bit that there's an extra layer of complexity there, but we'll see. Okay, I couldn't wait. I've got the foot pegs on, the lowering kit on right here, and this jury-rigged nightmare. So, as you can see, this is a Triumph Bonneville seat. This does not belong on a Harley Sportster. In so much you can really tell is that underneath this Triumph Bonneville seat is my TC Brothers seat. But, I don't know, man. I really just, I got it in my head that I want a Bonneville seat on here. So I was like, and I set it on top of that one. I was like, oh my gosh, sitting on top of that, it's a perfect stance. I didn't film me doing any of this because it's just, you know, it is bolted down, it's rideable. None of what I did is actually permanent. So I just wanted to get a feel of what it's like to ride it around with this seat on it. I don't know how I'm going to make this permanent, but I'm going to figure out something. Let's see how this thing rides with a really tall kind of scrambler seat on it. Like, dirt bikes are supposed to have a seat that starts at the tank and goes straight back. It's not supposed to dip down. Not on something you're going to take off-road anyway. I'm going to tell you right now, boys, just getting on it and being on my tippy toes like this, like not being able to completely touch the ground. I know for some people that freaks them out. They always want to be able to touch the ground, especially when they're going off-road. But for me, I'm like, oh, that feels familiar. That feels like how a bike is supposed to feel when you're taking it off-road. You're not supposed to be able to touch the ground completely. Oh yeah, this is exactly how it should feel. Like having a seat like that's right up on top of the tank like this, man, I will tell you, that's exactly how it should feel. That feels right. I won't lie to you guys either. There's always something that just cracks me up about putting Triumph parts on a Harley. I don't know what it is that just kind of tickles my fancy, but it just really makes me laugh. Man, I don't know what it is. Just something about it feels right. And again, it can't stay like this. It'd have to be completely redone. It's absolutely jury rigged. It's fine to ride around. Like, I'm fine, I'm not in any danger, but I definitely couldn't take it off-road where you're bouncing around on it. It'd have to be like way better secured than it is right now. But man, there's a reason that dirt bike seat and ADV seats are designed like this, with a seat that goes pretty much starts like right actually on top of the tank and goes straight back. And that's because you need to be able to move around on it. You need to get up forward so you can get some weight over the front wheel so you can get traction. You need to move back so you can get traction on the rear wheel and lighten the front wheel. Like, there is absolutely a reason that the seats are like that. It's not just for looks. And the minute I got on this and felt the way it feels, it just felt so right. Like, and these lowered pegs are amazing. I really hope they don't break because I really like the way they feel. Like I said, most people freak out when they're so high up that they can only tippy toe the ground. But for me, I'm so used to riding my KTM 300. Once I got like that, like, when the Sportster was really low, I was just saying in my head, there's no way I could take this off-road. It just felt so sketchy. The minute I got it to a point where I could barely touch the ground, it just feels like a dirt bike then. And it is, for me at least, way more confidence-inspiring than my feet being really close to the ground. Like, I want to feel up high. I want to feel like I'm riding around a monster truck, all right? As I said before, Cammy was helping me work on my Dirtster on the dual Sportster over there. So I only figured if she's gonna work on them, she might as well ride one too, because we were making that video the other day and all of a sudden she goes, yeah, it's crazy, I'm working on this thing. I've actually never ridden on a Sportster before, so literally today will be, she's making her own video, so it's probably coming out a few minutes after mine. And so make sure you go check out Cammy Bay, make sure you like and subscribe. And you'll get her thoughts on a Sportster too. More than her thoughts of working on one, which there wasn't a whole lot of talking in that video. I just realized I forgot my gloves, but Cammy ain't wearing gloves either, so I guess I'll just roll without them today. I guess I should give you the key to ignition's right down there. Turn it all the way forward. Now, this one will, if you don't put it in neutral, it is in neutral right now, but always check, because this does not have a neutral safety switch. So if you press the starter and it's not in neutral, it'll just start going. Like, the starter will move the bike. All old school Harleys are like that, and a lot of people have dropped their bikes doing that. It's the vibrator, baby. Yeah, a lot of girls like it. That's a solid mount engine, so there's no rubber. Ain't no rubbers in between that engine, the frame, and you, all right? You get what they call the full sensation. If you were wondering, that's why this is called Old Dirty Bastard Project Raw Dog, aka
Plan B, baby. Ain't a rubber in sight on these Sportsters. My fresh new kicks, my dad Nikes for my man Lost on the road, and it's time to rock and roll, baby. Yeah? Like you're on a dirt bike? That ain't a bad thing. Hell yeah, baby. Just a couple of green rigid mount Sportsters out on the prowl. Listen up, baby. I ain't wearing no rubber in the bedroom. I definitely don't need no rubber on my engine. Especially now that I put this Triumph seat on this thing. As I was saying before, this is already fast becoming my favorite bike that I have to ride. And I think right now, the way it's set up right now, it needs some risers to be good off-road, but even just the way it's set up just right now, with tall suspension, these bars like this, and a big old bench seat that's up high, it has absolutely become my favorite bike I own to ride. This bike is so much fun, and I don't care that it's 883. I don't care that it's a rigid mount Sportster and it wants to vibrate your fillings out. I don't care. This bike is just... I don't care that it's really hard to do a wheelie. This bike is just an absolute hoot to ride. With it being up so high and with these pegs, man, I'll tell you what, you better be careful because you could run out of talent way before you run out of room on this thing to lean. I wonder how she's loving it. Oh, she looks like she's loving it. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm really loving it. So even if she isn't a big fan of Sportsters, I'll tell you what, I'm a big fan of her on a Sportster. Oh no! On the 1200 though! I'll have to be a big fan from afar because there's no way I'm keeping up. Not only because I weigh 3 of her, but me being 3 of her and on an 883, oh, there's no way. That's gonna be the one that got away. I love it. As they always say, it's so much more fun to ride a slow bike fast than it is a fast bike slow. And since this bike is pretty slow, but now it's got good suspension, the right seating position, dang girl, all right. Do it to them. Cammy Bay, I was trying to monologue over here, all right? I'm trying to monologue over here and I got freaking missed distraction over here on the Green Goblin. Meanwhile, these guys are going like, what the hell are y'all doing? I'm not sure if that dude in the Avalon was enjoying the show or if he was going to start shaking his fist at us. And what can we say? Make Harley Davidsons dangerous again, all right? That's our motto. Well, people love to say, you remember when motorcycles were dangerous and love was safe? Well, personally, I like a bit of dangerous love and a bit of dangerous motorcycles. I've been watching all sorts of videos on the Trans-American Trail. Of course, I've watched all of Adam Sandoval's videos on the Trans-American Trail. Of course, Ed March, you know, CT90 Adventures, of course, mainstay in my life. But just looking for different videos, I found this couple, a man and wife couple from Australia, or I guess New Zealand, those are Kiwis. It's called Kiwi Grom Adventures. Not only a couple thousand subscribers, but they did just absolutely, I was riveted. They did such a great job of organizing and documenting their adventure on the Trans-American Trail on Groms. If they can do it on a couple of Groms, I got no excuse to not be able to do it on a Sportster, all right? Anyway, I want to give them a shout out because they only got a couple thousand subscribers and they just, like I said, they just really did a bang up job of showing their adventure, of documenting it, and I was riveted. It was so good. They did such a good job and keeping the videos short and concise. All the videos were like 10 minutes long. Great job, guys. So go check them out. They made those videos a couple years ago. I don't know if they're still making videos or not, but it was a great series. And also, just as with everybody else's videos I watched, very inspirational for me to get my ass in gear and start taking some adventures on this adventure bike I'm building. Speaking of an adventure, I'll tell you, hanging out with Cammy Bay, always an adventure. Oh man, we do it just a little bit different in Tampa Bay. I gotta tell y'all, Florida's got a lot of issues, a lot of weird stuff happens here. The housing rate is going up faster than you can believe, but man, we still have a good time. Oh man, I'll tell you, you know, Cammy doesn't know exactly where we're going, but there's a definite benefit to getting lost on brick roads when you're with a pretty girl. right, me and Cam are gonna go check out a little brewery called Berry House. I think I did a video on them once before, quite a while ago. Really like the guys at Berry House. They make mainly lagers, mainly German style lagers, which I really, my favorite style of beer is a dark German style lager or a clear Pilsner. I don't remember where this place is. I was talking all this crap about being lost, and I'm just like, okay, now I am actually forgetting where it was. I'm trying to remember where this place was. Berry House, it's a brewery. I think it's on 5th. Cammy's like, since Cammy works in E-board too, now she's really like, Josh, where are you going? Hey, it wouldn't be me if I didn't get lost in my own town. I've got an excuse, okay? I'm a moron. I'll try going this way. There it is. Woo! I knew I could do it. It's just everyone else that isn't sure if I can do it or not. On the sidewalk, hooligan style. This is where we're parking. You don't wanna? She's saying no. She's like, no, I don't want to park on the sidewalk. Oh, all right. Okay, we can park here. So, speak of the devil, baby. Look who it is. James is here. To get it neutral, so rev it up. And as it's falling back down, so rev it up, and then directly after it starts to fall, then you try to switch it up in neutral. So you like this? It's okay. So it's like this. You gotta do it right at the peak. Yeah, it is hard. So much harder than that bike for some reason. Sports some of them are just different, you know. What'd you think? Was it fun? Did you like it?
Feels like a dirt bike.
Hell yeah.
So small, whatever. Hi.
What's it?
Oh, wow.
Oh shoot, I'm sorry. I feel basic. We're like, hey, revving our engines. He's like, I'm actually filming something. Can you guys shut the hell up? All right, let's get a beer. I don't. Oh, maybe it's not that I don't feel like a dick. Maybe it's just this is what I feel like all the time. No, they're not. They're not open. Wow, I really suck. And now we can't even start our bikes back up because James is like, be quiet. Wow, I'm the literal worst.
I gotta keep it down because they're still filming over here, but as I always say, it's good to have friends. That's why we're gonna come here and get some of the scraps left over. This is June, this is Graham's June boat 87? Oh, he doesn't remember. Yeah, I'm one of the owners here at Berry House, and also rides. All right, I gotta shut up or James is gonna kill me. Yeah, we just got the lowdown on what they're doing, which is like June told me. I won't be able to repeat it, but I understand a little better now. All right, they've actually got a, no, you guys take your time. So the guys here at Berry House, which I said is always nice to have friends. They let us come in here and sample a little bit of beer, even though they're not open and they're currently super busy. And they've also got an event happening this Sunday. So this video is coming out Wednesday, this Sunday, March 13th. And I'm gonna be here for this because the way that June just described the way these beers, what happens to them with the extra sugar being caramelized, carbonation being broke up and making it softer and less filling. I'm not even gonna try to repeat it. I'm not even gonna let them repeat it. All I know is it sounds delicious and I really wanna try it. Can I try that one?
100%, well, let me give you a full pour.
Oh my God, punish me, baby. My man. Oh my gosh, all you gotta do is show up with the camera and start talking shit and you get a beer, dude. Life is good. Let's take this one to the head. Always, if your beer doesn't look like that with foam on top, you're doing it wrong. If you ever go to a bar and you see your bartender pour a bunch of foam into the grate before they pour your beer, one, somebody didn't build their beer system right, or their beer's warm, or it's not pouring properly, or more than likely the lines aren't clean. And two, it's a crappy beer.
Let me drink it.
That's what they should look like.
Good boy. Chug it. Okay.
Delicious. It is less filling. I've done that with a lot of different beers.
Like I said, giving us free beers, hanging out, that ain't bad, baby. I'm definitely going to be here on Sunday. They call it spiked beer when they put that hot poker in it. So freaking cool, man. I'll tell you, it was really good. Before, I already liked Berry House's beer. It was already good, but that was really good. And the fact that June rides, take it easy, man, even better, man. All right, brother. See you on Sunday, bud. Today originally started as a let's work on the Dirtster episode. Well, it wasn't today. That's over the course of multiple days, but that's how it started. That ain't how it ended. But that's all right, because you know what it is ending in? Having a freaking awesome time on motorcycles with one of the people I care about the most. Now that's something I'll never complain about. All right, y'all, even though it's still March in Florida, I know a lot of y'all are frozen solid right now. I think me and Cami, we've just been out here filming some stuff for her Instagram and a couple other places too. And we are feeling the heat, baby. So I think after we got a couple of Berry House beers in us, we're gonna retreat back to the shelter of the homestead. Me and Cami are gonna kick our feet up on the couch and let the sweat dry, all right? Till next time, y'all, make sure you go check out Cami's video that's coming out today. It's gonna be coming out just after mine. I'm gonna be at that Berry House event on Sunday. If any of you guys wanna show up to that, I'm gonna be there drinking some cold beer. Till next time, y'all, keep it weird.